Dracos and Reptiloids, Part 1. Draconoids or Dracos, like the Nagas, are descended from the Primordials and Black Archons, created personally by 𝐤𝐴𝐴𝐴. These entities and powers are the foundation of gray eons, an integral part of the universe that includes our 3D Earth. It is also the supreme beings in which the madness of their father, the Black creator of our local universe, has emerged with the lights of Sophia, the World Mother, and her son 𝐤𝐴𝐴𝐴. Primigon Dracos and Nagas were born earlier than man, raised by 𝐤𝐴𝐴𝐴, but the later than perfect man, brought into by being supreme hierarch of Pleroma, who built eons and the civilization of light. Draconoids and Nagas are very close genetically. There are even their hybrids, the Serpentodraconoids. Both received possession of our Earth and completely dominated it. Although they have different abodes in other places, for example, in constellation of the Dragon and the Snake. It was before the appearance of man on our planet. When Adam was born and placed on the earth to go forth and multiply, Dracos and Nagas, obeying the will of their dark creator, went to the inner earth, founding entire underground kingdoms in Agartha. They did not accept the situation and they secretly decided to destroy mankind, but they did not intend to do it with their hands, so they wouldn't be blamed for anything but by man himself. They built a whole system of his self-indulgence in man's sins and vices and self-destruction that is in full effect today. The mechanism for implementation of their plan was and is the visible and invisible power holders of this world. They are ruled by external gray civilizations, mostly reptiloids. Everything in this world so far belongs to them. Of course, co-creators and higher light hierarchs helped humanity as much as they could, or otherwise they would have been long gone. Taking into another account the power that wanted to destroy us. But now everything has changed dramatically. Nagas and Dracos have lost their dark creator and master 𝐤𝐴𝐴𝐴. He went to the light side and got a new name, 𝐤𝐴𝐴𝐴. His former masterpieces became property under abeyance. They witnessed numerous eliminations of gray-black beings. Co-creators have put Dracos and Nagas before the choice to undergo a conscious cleansing of karma and transformation to continue evolving in the united light of family, or to be zeroed as a counter-evolutionary force. From the beginning, Nagas were different. Some groups of them who were loyal to the man accept the offer and even cooperate with the light warriors in ops. The others remained on the dark side. This led to an intensified struggle with the race between a major clans for power and spheres of influence. Dracos was also originally constructive civilization. The light of Sophia, which was partially transferred to them from her son 𝐤𝐴𝐴𝐴, affected them. But later, the insanity gem of black parents did its work. The race began to degenerate rapidly. As a result, there was a split, the division into two branches, light and dark. They did not have a middle one, gray. On Earth, both groups of Dracos ruled from a long time ago in the territory of modern China and other Asian countries. They embodied the primary Dracos and dragon-like intelligence forms. It is reflected in extant legends and artifacts. Light Dracos are very wise and peaceful. The LF's ground team interacted with them during one of its operating in China. Their planetary abode is an invasion. in one of the halls in Forbidden City, Guoguang. The artifact of the Dracos is represented by the crystal of celestial purity, the combined energies of these entities' luminosity. After jointly clearing the karma of the material logo of the light Dracos on the altar of heaven, the light warriors received as a gift as a crystal copy which they sometimes use in their ops. Black Dracos are also rooted on Earth, and for the time, two branches lived in a parallel. Both are a higher form of intelligence, having them once possessed in a single monad, and the bodies of its manifestation, and logos and casual body. After the split, each branch received half of the monad. One was filled with the light, the other with the darkness. As higher entities, each of them created their cosmic races. Black Dracos give birth to many intelligence forms similar to them but only in appearance. They could not give them a monads, only physical and subtle body. That's how reptiles came about, which is represented by many species. Only a few are on Earth: iguanas, lizards, crocodiles, chameleons, and turtles. Scientists also add snakes, though they are not reptiles, but the Naga's creation. There are about 12,000 known subspecies on reptiles on Earth. Each of these reptiles, like almost all terrestrial life forms, has a corresponding cosmos civilization where they are dominant, including a variety of dinosaurs, also Dracos creatures. They developed all of them when there was no man, and when they saw his form and potential, they decided to reproduce on his basis a reptiloids, a hybrid of a human and a reptile. He, like others creations too, had a nomad, which means soul, only a physical and a subtle body. By the way, in Cosmos, only a lazy did not exploit in the human image for their creations. There are known arachnid humanoids, human hybrids with spiders, serpento-humanoids, hybrids with snakes, ectoi humanoids, hybrids with the sea creatures such as mermaids, man-monkeys, centaurs, birdmen, and many other hybrids. Different kinds of reptiline and reptiloid civilizations are very common in the universe. Several of them are on our planet, and everyone has interest and squabbles with each other over spheres of influence on there. They came here a little later than Nagas, even before man, and for that reason consider this planet into no ways in ours, humans. This point is very important for all of us to understand why all these bacchanalian processes are going on around us right now. Reptiloids, reptile-humanoids, were created imperfect, flawed, and not self-sustainable. They were abandoned by their creators to their fate and self-organization, as they call it. It was, in fact, the wild survival. For it, reptiloid races do not have many options, mostly by correcting and improving their genetics. And there are not a lot of ways either. Theoretical research, experiments, and crossbreeding, hybridization with other, more perfect protein life forms. They have conducted and are conducting extensive crossbreeding with the various species to bring genetic material into their genome and can enhance it. Their main problem is an acute lack of life force. The energy received at their birth is enough for a very short time. The battery discharges quickly. A separate area is an experimentation with the crossbreeding with man, introducing human genetic material into their DNA. The physical body of any earthling has a protein basis. Our body consists of DNA segments and genes brought into it by space donors. Among them were Pleiadians and 32 main parents, as well as others, more than 100 in total. Such genetic mix, by the principle of the large not assembly, like a cars in a factory, is the warp of woof of our physical bodies. Of course, the question of the interaction of different genetic blocks and units brought by different civilizations leaves much to be desired. A special place in our genetic is occupied by reptilian segments, for example, sections of DNA and groups of genes brought by the reptiloids on completely legitimate grounds. They are also among our genetic godfathers. Modern science denies it. Although, how can it not deny it? Then it would have to admit the man descended from a reptile and not from an ape. And as they claim until now, it is a fact that a human being is a rudiment. For example, 𝐾𝐫𝐧𝐢𝐬, which is the generated Q, and it is in the initial stages of intrauterine development of human embryo. All have a tail. Gills were also thought to be present, but scientists have now disproved them. What used to be thought to be gills turned onto the only folds of tissue in the human embryo and precursors of head and neck. Since then, these folds have been called gill arches, although it is more correct to call them visceral because internal organs are formed from them. Gill slits, same as they are in cold-blooded animals, the human embryos are not formed. Reptile insertions in human genetics are an objective reality. They give us strong innate immunity, increased generative capabilities, etc. our survivability. For example, severed limbs in some reptiles regenerate and grow back. That was supposed to be with humans as it was in the last Sutya Yuga. At present, a very serious disagreement arose between the reptiloid clans and controlling Earth that led to a split. Some disobeyed the Council of Elders, which decided to peacefully evacuate the entire race from the Earth. These rebels present an influential group of irreconcilables who refuse to leave Earth and give it to their Earthlings. They put skin in the game in an attempt and now try to reduce the Earth's population as retaliation and bargaining. They will not start a new hot world war, for it is mutual annihilation. Killing humanity through propaganda of violence, drugs, unhealthy lifestyles, and diet, GMOs, works too slowly. The introduction of degenerate models and a system of values at odds with natural human nature does not meet expectations. They remain vital. The whole current campaign is planned, and billions of dollars are being thrown into it now, pumping trillions out of it at the same time. But even this is not yielding the expected results. Galactic Committee suspects that the reptiloids and introducing their genetics into a human DNA/matrix may have been installed time-bound into it. 𝐾𝐽 does not exclude that some vaccines may carry an alien genetic insertion that, through a key put in, cold trigger reptile program in our body. Most likely, our tails won't start to grow, though who knows. But if the reptilian genes are responsible for our immunity, we can assume that it could be influenced through them. For example, just turn it off. What the 8 virus does, a masterpiece of black genetic sites. The situation is now under the constant tiger control of the higher light hierarchy and Galactic Committee. For now, it remains difficult, against the background of 𝐾𝐽 withdrawing the energies of the old 3D matrix, de-energizing it. A colossal drain on humanity's vital force continues at the same time. How did it become possible? Channeled by Lu.